Hey everyone, I'm Keldon, and today we're going to be talking about maps and their role in Overwatch. As of now, there are 4 maps in Overwatch: King's Row, Temple of Anubis, Hanamura, and Gibraltar. And when you look at these maps, there's a few key things you can notice about each one. An example being that every map seems to be designed around a specific game type, meaning that these maps probably won't switch game types, so King's Row probably won't become solely point capture. And likewise, Hanamura probably won't turn into a payload map. We can also see that every map seems to be associated with a certain character and their backstory. So for this video, that's kind of what we're going to talk about, like what maps we think could come out based on the characters we know about. So for reference, we know that King's Row is in England, the base of operations for Tracer. The Temple of Anubis is a map set in Egypt, the base for Farah. Hanamura was the base for Hanzo, and Gibraltar is Winston's laboratory. So again, today I'm going to be talking about maps that I find could be interesting, just maps ideas I've thought of or heard of, and I'd love for you guys in the comments to share some of your ideas. I'm sure you guys have way better ones than I do, so looking forward to that. So the first map that I would really like to see does have to do with Winston. I don't really know if Blizzard's going to be doing multiple maps on each character. I'm sure eventually they'll probably end up doing this, but I really like the idea of a moon map. You know, a big old moon base, like maybe gorillas come out and attack, I don't know. But I think Blizzard could do a lot of neat things with it. They could have some StarCraft Easter eggs, and they could even play around with gravity to affect gameplay, and it could be really interesting. I'd like to see Blizzard try to pull it off. It'd be kind of new for them, so yeah. Next, I was thinking a map for Torbjorn. Torbjorn is from Sweden, but let's face it guys, he screams molten core and looks like a dwarf from World of Warcraft with a turret. So I was thinking a map kind of like Ironforge or Blackrock Mountain, like a big mountain like fortress, and maybe you have to like push up a ramp and like get inside the gates, and you're trying to stop the other team from building a weapon of some sort that will automatically win the game if they defend it. I don't know. I'm not hired by Blizzard, but I think it could be cool nonetheless. And next, I was thinking of a map for Bastion. There's a ton of maps you could do with him. Anything from a robot city, you know, full of all sorts of gadgets and whatnot, to riding a giant flying bird, for all I know, all a Deathwing style. But I was thinking of something from a story. Bastion was left dormant and exposed to the elements of nature. Vines and roots grew around him, which nested small animals. This kind of made me think of maybe a jungle map. Maybe it's not, you know, the right thing to do for Bastion, but I think it'd be a cool idea nonetheless. The jungle temple, I guess, is my name for it, would look kind of like Kurast in Diablo 2, or maybe like Stranglethorn Vale or the Blood Marsh in Diablo 3. I'm not really sure. Blizzard has a lot of experience with like jungle biomes, so I'm sure artistically they could definitely pull this off. Next, I'd like to talk about Widowmaker. I'll try to keep this short and sweet, but basically, since she is from France, I would love to see an Eiffel Tower map. I don't know how they would do it, what they would do in it, but seeing the Eiffel Tower, kind of like the Big Ben kind of thing they have in King's Row, I think that'd be really cool to see. The next hero I'd like to talk about is Zenyatta. He's a wandering guru, so he's been all over, but his former base of the Shambhala Monastery would be a pretty cool map. I was looking at monasteries from Nepal, and I kind of compared them to the ones in World of Warcraft, you know, down in Pandaria. And I could easily see kind of like a Shadowpan monastery being converted to like a point capture map of some sort. The only worry I have is that this would be maybe too similar to Hanamura, but you know, who cares? Because at least personally, I think it would be an awesome map. The last hero I'm going to be talking about is probably going to be Mccree. The map idea I have in mind isn't exactly conventional, I guess, right now in the Overwatch game, but I still think it could be pretty cool as like a custom game or an unranked map. Basically, it's just, you know, like an Old West shooter, you know, 2 rows of buildings and a straight road down the middle, and maybe just team deathmatch, maybe like whoever the first people to die, you know, once you're dead for good kind of thing. Last Man Standing, I guess. Yeah, Last Man Standing, duh. I'm going to be talking a bit more about maps and game types in an upcoming video, so stay tuned for that. Now that we're done with heroes, there is one more map I'd like to talk about, Unreal Tournament's Facing Worlds map. This is considered to be one of the best multiplayer maps of all time, at least in first-person shooters. Going so far to be remade in a ton of games. And so, it'd be kind of a cool throwback, I guess, to Unreal Tournament in Overwatch, you know? There's a lot of things they could do with the map too. Like I said, I'm waiting a little bit to get a separate video out on maps and game types, specifically on game types. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but they do capture the flag, point capture, different ways of doing point capture. I'll discuss that more in an upcoming video, but just trust me, there's a lot they could do with this map, and a lot of people have done a lot with this map. So I really would look forward to that. Even if it's, like I said, another custom game or unranked map, it'd be cool to see. So yeah, that is all I have for today. Really, please, like I said at the start of the video, let us know down in the comments, talk about maybe ideas you have for maps. A lot of mine aren't really original or creative, so I'd really like to see some cool ones. Because I really want to see some cool maps. The maps already are a ton of fun, so to see what you guys have to offer will be really interesting. So yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. Look forward, pretty soon we're going to have another video out on game types and what Blizzard might be thinking or what they could do regarding them. And we're going to be having a Battlefront kind of review. I didn't get to play it at the Star Wars Celebration. No one really did, but I got to see gameplay. So I'll talk a bit about that, maybe try to show some sketches of the UI or something. And yeah, so look forward to that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.